Hey, welcome back to Nostalgia Rips. Today we are ripping not a pack, but a box of 2021 Major League Baseball Bowman Draft Picks and Prospects. I am opening this box because I am on the hunt for a Chase Utley rookie auto. There's a Bowman first in here that I'm trying to get my hands on, and I would love to rip it before I try and buy this single. So, as you can see, one auto and one relic in every box, 110 cards in here. Let's see if we get the auto, and we'll also go through and see who else is in this box. I haven't really looked at the checklist much, aside from the one card that I want, so it's going to be a surprise. Let's see how it looks. Alright, well, there you go. There's our relic right in the middle. So let's try to pop it out and leave it in the back, maybe. All right, there you go. There's the box. Here's the relic. I assume the auto is going to be right there behind it. It is. I can't tell who it is. So I'm going to just put it in the back, and we'll do a little run through. Here we go. We're going to start in the middle. Sorry about that. Billy Martin. Not that Billy Martin. Oh, we're a little sticky. Chris Smith, Orioles. They're every way. Matt Cooper. Noah Lowry. I love how they're embossed with this Bowman rookie card thing. I think that's pretty cool. John Weintraub. We got Mike Jones. I'm going to actually reduce this stack a little bit since I'm going to have to be taking them off the... They're sticking a little bit. All right, here we go. Mike Jones. Scott Shields. So far, nobody's super interesting. And they are a little sticky, but there's no paper damage. They're coming off pretty easy. Jerome Williams. Dave Williams. Are these in alphabetical order? I'm near the bottom? No. Jack Tasker. Morgan Ensberg. There's a guy who had a decent little short career for the Astros, third baseman. Kevin Reese. Scott Cassidy. Jake Gautreau. J.D. Martin. Man, a whole bunch of people I don't know in back here. Richard Lewis. Jamal Strong for the Mariners, sliding into third base. That's pretty cool. J.D. Closser. Looks like he's about 15 in this photo. Bet he was a high draft pick. Brian Reith for the Reds. Grant Balfour, future closer. He had a decent career too. Nate Cornejo, another journeyman reliever. And all right, Chris Foster. Let's move these guys over here, and we'll take a stab at the next set. All right, we got Juan Cruz, pitcher Juan Cruz. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. We got the single name Ichiro. Love it. That's going on the stand and getting sleeved up. We got Jay Sao. Jason Nix had a short little career in the majors. Bronson Sardinia. Bill Ortega. Miguel Olivo. Stubby Clapp. Alt as an 80 grade name. Not such a great baseball career. All right, there we go. We got the first Phil's card. We got Marlon Byrd, a guy who did 2 tours of duty with the Phillies. Played for the Reds in between. Matt Thompson. Zach Day. Brad Thomas. We got 2 in a row that are the same way. How's that possible? Boof Bonds are another 80 grade name and a guy who had a little bit of success in the bigs. Hitting pitcher, I believe, if I remember well. D'Angelo Jimenez. Padres infielder. Bobby Crosby for the A's. There's another guy who had a long career. I wouldn't even call him Hall of very good, but he was in the bigs for a while. Brad Hennessy. Jeff Nettles. Xavier Nady also had a nice career. Maybe was he involved in the Jason Bay trade or something like that? I have to look it up. Ricardo Rodriguez. Brent Abernathy of the Rays. Larry Bigby had 1 or 2 good years for the Orioles. That's cool. Good name I haven't heard in a while. Dennis Tankersley. He had a cup of coffee. Pitched a couple years for sure. Alex Herrera. Mike Bell. And another Philly, Brandon Duckworth. Guy who was in the starting rotation when he was basically all that they had in the starting rotation. Those were some terrible years for the Phils, but Brandon Duckworth was there, and I give him credit for that. Oh, I don't want to reveal the auto yet. Here we go. Getting a little sticky. John Van Benschoten. That's a heck of a name. John Reinecker. Fernando Rodney. Talk about ultimate journeyman reliever. If you play the 9-square baseball game that I'm thinking, I can't remember the name of right now, Immaculate Grid. If you play Immaculate Grid, Fernando Rodney is a cheat code for that game. Brent Butler. Andrew Good. Julio Perez. Alfredo Amezaga. David Elder. Carlos Silva for the Phillies. That's a guy I think a lot of people remember as an Astro, but he did indeed come up in the Phillies farm system. Luis Garcia. Gabe Gross. Irvin Guzman. John Skaggs. Bud Smith had some success for the Cardinals. I remember him. Rick Elder for the Orioles. First baseman. Brad Lidge. Gave up a home run to Albert Pujols that still hasn't landed yet, and then had a perfect season in 2008 when the Phillies won the World Series. Kelly Johnson had some success in the bigs, played for the Braves, I think. Mike Rivera and Dave Espinoza. All right. Moving along. Give him a little flex. All right, who do we got? Eric Bedard, another guy that had some success. Willie Mopena, big power. I think most of his success happened in Asia. Dan Denham. Jeff Mathis, catcher Jeff Mathis. Somewhere Foolish Baseball is out there punching air right now. McKay McBride. Jason Lane. Rick Rundles. Luis Maza. Jose Mises. Ron Chiavacci. Hard to believe in 2001 the Expos still existed. Lamont Matthews. Dan Wright. Dustin Moore, a little bit of time in the bigs. Juan Pena. Brad Hawpe, a couple good years with the Rockies. Big power hitter. Justin Pope. Wilkin Ruan with the circled name signature. Okay. Bobby Hill. Josh Pierce. Wilton Chavez. Man, big dry spell here. Ken Harvey. And the last one in this batch, Joe Borcher, dude. Yeah, I got a cup of coffee as well. I remember the name. Here we go. We are on to the end, to the last cards in the set. Still haven't seen that Chase Utley base card yet, so it must be in here. Brandon Knight. Ronnie Merrill. Chris Honel. Whole bunch of failed prospects in this set. Kenny Bogg. John Ford Griffin. Cody Ransom had some time in the bigs. Vogelsong had some time in the bigs. Couple good years for the Giants in those World Series years. Sean Burnett definitely had some time in the bigs. Juan Rivera. All right. Players are getting a little better. Denny Stark. Angel Baroa, one Rookie of the Year, and then I think kind of bounced around the league and then flamed out. There he is. Chase Utley. We're going to put that one in a penny. Love me some Chase Utley. Best second baseman of his era. One of the best second basemen of all time. And a short peak, but a very high peak. Degenerative knee condition. Ruined his career, but man, that's one of my favorites, and he's in the Team USA garb. Love that. All right, well, that's one of the things we came here for. We still got to finish off this stack and see who our auto and relic are. Randy Flores, Marcus Thames. Okay, another guy who had some success in Asia and then came back. Aaron Heilman, reliever for the Mets for a long time. Josh Burris. Jason Kinchin. Mario Valenzuela. Covelli Crisp. Not Cocoa Crisp. Covelli Crisp. Jose Garcia. Coming down to the last few here. Sean Chacon had some success in the bigs. And a Will Smith for the Marlins. Not that Will Smith. And I think right behind this will be our auto or relic. Who's it going to be? Draft Picks and Prospects. He has a Team USA hat. Could it be Chase Utley? No, it's a okay, that's great too. A Futures Game Ward Adrian Gonzalez. That is pretty close to the Chase Utley photo, though, to be fair. All right, that's pretty cool. We're going to sleeve that one up, but first we're going to get to the auto, which is just behind. All right. Who's the auto going to be? It's a Mariner. Could it be Ichiro? It could not be Ichiro. It's going to be Joel Pinheiro, another guy who had a pretty decent career. So, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. We'll sleeve these guys up and put Joel Pinheiro in a top loader. Once I locate my top loaders again, jeez. That's pretty cool. Certified autograph issue. Joel Pinheiro. Put him on stand. And Let's put Adrian Gonzalez in the top loader as well. He may need a bigger one. Let's see how it goes. Very cool. Super happy with that, but I'm going to have to buy maybe another box of these because I do want to give it another shot at pulling the Utley myself before I buy the single. Oh, a little too big. Let's get a thick boy. All right, that's better. Adrian Gonzalez, 2001 Futures game. Man, very cool. While we're here, we'll put this guy on a stand as well. Let's sleeve up Ichiro. All right, well, that was 2001 Bowman Draft Picks and Prospects. It's a pretty good haul. I like the set. If you like this video, please subscribe. Catch me on Instagram, Nostalgia Rips, where I do short form, usually 1-pack rips, and I will see you in the next one.